the first charter of Virginia issued April 10th, 1606, by King James I. Some loyal subjects are licensed to establish a colony in the part of America called Virginia, which no other Christian kingdom possesses, along the sea coasts between 34 degrees of northern latitude and 45 degrees of latitude, and in the mainland between the same degrees and the islands within 100 miles off the coast. To accomplish their intended plantation and habitation, they will be divided into 2 colonies, one consisting of knights, gentlemen, merchants, and other adventurers of London and elsewhere, in a convenient place between 34 and 41 degrees of latitude along the coast of Virginia, and the other consisting of knights, gentlemen, merchants, and other adventurers of our cities of Bristol and Exeter, and our town of Plymouth, and of others who wish to join and establish plantations and residencies in 38 and 45 degrees latitude along the coast of Virginia and America. We commend their desires of such noble work, which may, by the providence of Almighty God, teach the Christian religion to people who live in miserable ignorance of the true knowledge and worship of God, and may bring the infidels and savages, their word for Native Americans, to humane civility and a settled government. We by these letters accept and agree to their humble and well-intended desires. Therefore, we agree that the Sir Thomas Gates, Sir George Sommers, Richard Hakluyt, and Edward Maria Wingfield, and others joining them, shall be called the first colony, and they may begin their first plantation and residency at any place upon the coast of Virginia, and that they shall have all the nearby lands and waters and islands, and may also build and fortify for their safeguard and defense according to their best judgment and the direction of the council of that colony, and that no other subjects shall be permitted to plant or inhabit towards the mainland without written permission from the council. We grant Thomas Hannum and Riley Gilbert, William Parker, George Popham, and all others of the town of Plymouth in the county of Devon to establish the second colony like the first, and may also build and fortify according to their best discretion and the direction of the council of that colony, and that none of our subjects shall be permitted to plant or inhabit towards the mainland without written permission from the council. The plantation and habitation of the colonies shall not be made within 100 miles of the other. Each of the colonies will have a council that will govern and order all matters and causes within the colonies, according to English law, given and signed under the Privy Seal of England. Each council will consist of 13 persons. A council will be established in England of 13 people, appointed by the king, called our Council of Virginia, and shall have the authority in managing and directing all matters that may concern the government in the colonies. Moreover, we grant that the colonies shall, without interruption, mine for gold, silver, and copper, yielding yearly to the king a fifth of the gold and silver, and a 15th of the copper. They can mint their own coin to sell and trade with the colonies and the natives. We give full power to the aforesaid men to lead the voyage with sufficient armor, weapons, ordnances, food, and powder for their defenses there. The men in charge of the colonies can defend their colonies from intruders in whatever way is necessary for their defense. Any person found trafficking into any waterway within the colonies and plantations not being of the same colony shall pay the treasurer of the colony. They shall forfeit their money and goods to the colonies for the first 21 years of the colony's establishment, and afterwards the money and goods will be handed over to the King and Company of Virginia. For the first 7 years of the colony's establishment, any transportation of goods or people from England and Ireland to the colonies will be duty-free. All people inhabiting the colonies and their children born within them shall enjoy all liberties as if they had been born within England or any other of our dominions. Moreover, if any person goes into any other foreign country to sell or dispose of without our license, then all the goods shall be forfeited to the King and Company of Virginia. We declare to all allied Christian kingdoms that if any colonial commits piracy and or is hostile towards you and your subjects, it shall be lawful and free for all princes and others to pursue punishment for the offenders until they are satisfied with the restitution. We grant that all the lands and tenements are to be held in free and common tenure only, and not feudally. All lands and tenements passed by this charter shall be distributed and divided amongst the adventurers for the colonies as determined by the Colonial Council. This charter was issued at Westminster on April 10th, 1606.